Ella's.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Nolan Talks here. Today we're going to be
Nolan
discussing Nazis, because we're Nazi. I mean, we're fuck.
We all fought for the German.
My great-grandpa fought for the German military during World War II.
What's his kill streak?
I don't know. He fled Germany for the U.S., though. Hitler's directly responsible to me being born.
Oh
They
God,
fled Germany.
that's crazy. Okay, so the first talking point is how Germany rose to power after World War One.
Let me expand on that question a little bit because I had a full question, but I wanted it to fit in the thumbnail. It's that's asking because of like the harsh stipulations of the Treaty of Versailles, because like they had to pay massive amounts of money and other things. It's like, how do you even get back on your feet after that, even if you are breaking the rules?
Yeah. Wait. So, can you say that again? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
The more like explained question is how did Germany actually like become a prominent power after World War One if the Treaty of Versailles had such like degrading stipulations with the fees and the demilitarization? Like, even if you are breaking the rules, how do you even recover?
Okay, so first off, you mentioned breaking the rules. They did a lot. Because of appeasement, Hitler found that it was extremely easy to break the rules because the Allies, the Triple Entente, didn't want another war.
You did not just say Entente.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
You better not keep calling it that. It's Entente.
Yep. Yes, I did. I'm going to keep on calling it that.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm going to end it all.
Yeah, the Triple Entente. The Triple Entente. I forgot what it was called, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's like Entente something. I think it's Entente. Dante. The Triple Entente really didn't want another war, or at least France and UK didn't want another war.
Can I nerd emoji real quick? You can't say the Triple Entente. You'd have to say what will soon become the Triple Entente, because the Triple Entente was made in retaliation to the Axis powers, like the Warsaw Pact was to NATO. So get your facts right, kid.
Jack, what's that? Bro, we're just now, guys.
Oh my God! I just spilled Fruit Loops everywhere, though.
You can access Jack's credit card by putting in. Bro was not gonna let that slide.
Just start talking.
France and Britain, they didn't want World War II to happen in the first place, so they kind of just like let Hitler do whatever he wanted, which I think in the end led to World War II being like extremely bad. I think World War II was inevitable due to the Treaty of Versailles. However, the reason why it was such a deadly war was because France and Britain allowed Germany to get back up on its feet. Like, had they like made it still follow the rules of Versailles, it would have been a much shorter war, definitely, and it wouldn't have been nearly as bloody. But I think I can't answer your question that well as to how exactly he got it back on its feet. However, I think it was just the act of him rallying the entire nation behind the one cause of rebuilding. And
he had like the entire Germany working for him.
Yeah, he tied the entirety of Germany working for him. And so like you said, they were breaking the rules. As I said, appeasement kind of allowed them to do that. But I'm sorry, I just thought about something funny. So I know that he did turn it into a military economy, which has really big short-term benefits, if I recall correctly. Like, he geared the entire nation towards just war. and that I think that is the reason why its military built up so quickly. And I think a military economy kind of like stabilizes the economy, but in the end, I think it works short term, but in long run, it's not a good strategy. I think eventually a military economy on a nation is not going to work past a few hundred years. Like maybe 1,000, maybe I don't know. But a nation geared towards military expansion as much as Nazi Germany was could not last because eventually military expansion turns back on you.
Yeah.
Like no matter how, I mean, Romans. That's exactly what happened to the Romans. They expanded too far and weren't able to keep track of everything.
Yeah, and isn't that why it broke apart? It was too large, and they
Yeah.
literally couldn't
Yeah,
manage
it was
all.
too large. They couldn't manage it all, and also there were like barbarians like attacking
Just
them from
split
every
it,
single corner.
just
And
split it
so,
down the middle, kind of like the 50 states. Just like, all right, West Rome, East Rome, y'all take care of your own problems, but you're still both mine.
I remember they would like fight a lot. Like they tried to like remain with like ties in each other and at least like an alliance. However, they just like entirely became other like new countries because they all like they kept on disagreeing with each other over and over again on different things. But yeah, military economy I think just geared their entire nation towards war, and military economy like just builds the nation fast.
Okay. I think we covered that one actually pretty thoroughly. The second question is, well, it's not a question, it's a statement, but Nazi outfits were awesome, quite frankly. Like the SS uniform is so cool. I want to own any kind of just German outfit from 1940s because you look at them, what fashion designer did they employ? Because they employed a really famous one, like a German one.
I didn't even know they employed a fashion designer to design.
It was like a company and the designer, both of them. But like the SS uniform I keep using as an example is it's like on par with the current Marines outfits, and those are like awesome. They have the Marines outfits are like matte black with like red accent pinstripes, like crimson red. It's crazy.
They have like the trench coats.
Yeah.
Like general German uniforms just looked awesome. Like the gray, the Stahlhelms look so damn cool.
Yeah.
Like something about them is just so much better than like regular helmets.
I watched a whole video on Nazi outfits a couple months back when we were still in school.
I think I know the video.
Yeah, it had a couple million views. I'm pretty sure it was but it was pretty long for just being about the outfits. It was like almost half an hour, I believe. But he made the point that they were supposed, like the outfits were supposed to look intimidating, and they did just that. They just breathe authority from it. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's like how it's like looking at stormtroopers' outfits. Like just looking at them just gives like the looking at like a company of I know this is like extremely nerdy, but if you like look at a company of stormtroopers from Star Wars, they just look. So like it just gives it an authoritarian like
especially
large
higher up
like
rank,
the
Star Wars characters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what was I gonna say? God.
I actually want to at some point in a later Nolan talk about how close, like how accurate Star Wars was as to portraying how an authoritarian, militaristic, like martial empire is. Because it's like I rewatched the movies over again recently, and it was like awesome now knowing how authoritarian martial empires work. Like whenever I made those comparisons, I was like foaming at the mouth, being like, "Oh my god, this is so cool!"
I feel like we could go deeper into this with like more examples, but we don't have to. I feel like it's pretty cut and dry thing. Like they're cool. We gave them examples. So if you want to move on to the next one, we can. But you can nerd out on more if you want.
Yeah, I think also the general German like outfits during World War the German uniforms for just average
kind of the
infantry. Yeah, the infantry, just basic like private foot soldier. like even those were cool. Like I'm looking at German uniforms now, and they're like it's like has like that gray like trench coat and this Stahlhelm. Like I said, Stahlhelms look so cool.
Well, this is an entire like graph of different outfits. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ultra
Actually, no, they had a bit of a
uniforms, field gray uniforms. God, it is cool.
They had a bit of a green, like greenish, like gray look to them, which is cool. Oh my god, bro! I'm looking like I'm going like I'm only like Google scrolling through the images tabs, like German soldiers, and one article says like German World War II uniform like stock photos, right? But you know how like World War II is like the thing, but the I's are capitals, so it looks like World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't capitalize the I's, so it's just German World War II uniform stock photo. Bro, who made that mistake? Alright, let's move on to the next.
What is the next?
The next.
How close was Germany to winning?
Frighteningly close. I think.
Like I would say pre-invading the Soviet Union.
Pre-invasion Soviet Union, yes. Yeah, they were frightening. They were frighteningly close to that. I think. I think that had Pearl Harbor not happened, USA didn't get involved because they didn't want to get involved until Pearl Harbor and a few other things.
Didn't FDR actually preach that he wouldn't involve us in the war? Like that was his whole campaign,
Yeah,
basically.
so yeah. FDR, I'm pretty sure. I watched this in an oversimplified video. Bro, at this point we should just like start like putting links to oversimplified because I get so much of my history like research from him. He just makes like wonderful videos, and he's also funny as hell.
Yeah, it's just concise, like information packed videos. He doesn't really like dick around too much with useless information.
And he like oversimplifies it. Like he doesn't make it too complex to the point where you can't understand it. Like even like dumb people can understand it. So they were frighteningly close, I would say, pre-invading Soviet Union had Pearl Harbor not happened. And as you said, FDR said that he said to the lines of that he wouldn't send American troops overseas to fight in World War II. If it were to break out, this was pre-World War II, if I remember correctly. If it were to break out, that he would not send. Like he said, like I will not send our young men overseas unless I have to. And the unless I have to part would be in bold. It'd be like unless I have to was the main determining factor. And Pearl Harbor made everybody feel like they had to go, and also like I said a few other things, but I can't recall them. I remember like vaguely there being like two other reasons why Americans wanted to join in.
Zimmerman telegram was World War I, correct? I just wanted to make sure.
That was actually, if I remember correctly, that was actually World War I, and the Zimmerman telegram was actually
people think it's fake.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was actually faked by the British. It doesn't make it.
Just to get America in the war.
It was to get America in the war. I'm pretty sure they realized that the war would have ended in either a loss or a stalemate. Because also, World War I was like frighteningly close to being won by the Axis powers. And
yeah, well, the bad guys always lose and the good guys win, so no worries. No matter how close
it
is.
Germany wasn't even necessarily the bad guy. We just viewed them as
they were the bad guy because they lost.
Yeah, they're the bad guy because they lost. That's a huge thing.
I find the World War I just extremely confusing. I can't understand why it broke out or what the disputes were for some reason. It's never stuck with me, and it just seems like way more complex than I'm able to comprehend.
Like everyone's friends just got into a fight.
Yeah,
Serbia called Russia.
Yeah,
Austria called.
So it started with. It was like I can't remember everything that happened in it. All I remember was that France was mad at Germany. France and Germany were mad at each other for some reason. England had a loose alliance with France and wasn't really going to get into the war. However, eventually they did after the
Alliances are what
invasion.
caused it, because everyone was forced into
I
it.
Yeah,
can go into
It would have
like
been a small
detail in
conflict
it.
resolved in a few days. Not like obviously exaggerating, but it would have been a small conflict resolved extremely
Uh,
quickly if the
yeah,
alliance didn't drag everyone in.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Archduke was
I
shot
to,
by
to
Serbian
put to
terrorists.
I remember like half of what it was. So for some reason, France and Germany were mad at each other. Britain had a loose alliance with France and said that they may back them if war started. Germany was allied with Austria. Austria was mad at no, Italy was mad at Austria, and because of like a previous war that had happened between them, if I remember correctly, and then they wanted to get back because of some war, um, and then Italy and France and Britain all became allies because they all had the same enemies, and France and Britain all like kind of stopped didn't
Wasn't
support
Russia working for the
Austria.
Allies in World War One? I remember
Yeah, he
the
Can I
alliance like people were really weirdly packed together.
yeah,
can I
yeah, they
go
were
into like detail with it?
um
Just like
and
how everyone gets in.
yeah,
Because
sure,
I know. All right, so
yeah,
Archduke was shot by a Serbian terrorist. So Austria or Australia-Hungary was gonna go into Serbia and like arrest who they wanted and like their military and police in. But then Serbia called Russia. So Austria called Germany. Russia called France, and then Germany went into Belgium. But the Treaty of London brought Great Britain in the war. But I don't know how Italy or the Ottomans got in the war.
yeah. I don't know how that one's going. You were close, however, you got a few things wrong. I'm sorry, but
Nuh-uh, nuh-uh.
no,
I watched the oversimplified video. Nuh-uh,
I did too. That's not what he said.
nuh-uh. Alright, well, that's for dum dums.
So what happened uh, was what happened was Austrian southern states were seceding from Austria with the help of Russia, and Austria couldn't declare war on them to regain the territory because Russia was starting to declare war on Austria if they ever
It
did,
was
and
an
Austria
impasse.
didn't want to get into a war with Russia. And then the Archduke Ferdinand thing happened, and then Austria asked Germany if what they should do about it. Germany said to instigate a fight. So Austria sent Serbia a long list of demands in which they like literally could not meet, and then without like just entirely destroying their country, if I recall correctly. And then Serbia obviously said no. So then Austria declared war on Serbia. Then Russia declared war on Austria. Then Germany declared war on Russia, and then like Italy, France, and Britain all declared war on Germany, and then like a few people declared war on the Ottoman Empire. Like I said, I'm not sure how the Ottoman Empire got it. It was something like that. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's extremely complicated. We got pretty off topic here.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Alright, let's
Germany
refocus.
Germany was frighteningly close to winning. I think had Hitler not called off the like bombing, because they did like a huge the air raids over over in Britain, and they were targeting originally strategic positions instead of cities, instead of like the rural areas. They were like targeting like the air bases and stuff. However, because of a small meteor bombing that wasn't even meant to really do anything, that was sent by Winston Churchill over to
Oh
over to
yeah, it went in Berlin, and you
yeah,
mentioned it last episode because it pissed off Hitler like really badly.
because Hitler was very quick to anger, so he immediately called off all the bombings and told them to target rural areas. The rural areas got prepared. They started getting bombed. Their children were sent off to the countryside. RAF was able to repair the strategic positions that were originally destroyed were repaired. Eventually, the RAF was able to fight off the Luftwaffe off of England and sent them back over the channel. So yeah,
The bombing campaign in London, a British man had invented the radar gun for the military, and many years after the war ended, he got pulled over because the cop was using a radar gun, and he told the cop, "Had I known if what was going to be used for, I wouldn't have invented it."
oh, that's that.
Bro really got a kick out of that.
Just the thought
Fuck the
of
chuckle.
him being like, "God damn, bro, I shouldn't have invented that. Why'd I do that?"
Only saved
Dude, have you
countless
seen-
lives.
Yeah, I've saved countless lives, but now you have like a $200 speeding ticket. Wow, really? Thanks.
200 quid. He's British.
Quid. Cool. Quid. Have you seen the original like radars? Like before they used actual
wasn't
like
it
radars?
giant metal, or not metal, but
Yeah.
rock, like acoustic
Yeah.
ears? It was in a salmonella
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, it was on the Salmonella video. It was on Obscure.
He said it looks
Emissions.
like it'd be a sick metal band cover. And he said
Yeah.
the covers.
Yeah, they're
ears.
called like they're called like concrete ears, and they actually did kind of work, but they weren't as good as radar. You like
He says how far they could detect an aircraft.
they could.
I don't remember what it was.
It said that one of them was able to reflect sound from an airplane across the English Channel. So they actually did surprisingly
enough
work.
time to like just understand the situation and prepare what you can.
Yeah.
Um,
However, obviously, radar made it better. Radar was better, and also
Better
it was a
TBH.
lot. Like yeah, better TBH. It was, and also it was like a lot. It was just generally better at like picking up airplanes. It covered a wider area. You wouldn't have to build like a circle of concrete ears.
The U.S. had like experimental types of radar when Pearl Harbor happened, and they detected the planes, but they like didn't know if the technology was like reliable or not, and they just didn't care. Like they knew
yeah, I
the planes
saw
were
that.
coming, and
Yeah,
they didn't care.
Okay, this is another
watched
like
a
conspiracy
documentary
theory
on that in,
because I'm
like, social
because
studies.
I'm a little bit on I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I think that so obviously America was coming out of the Great Depression, like was just starting to get a little bit better. Whoever Pearl Harbor happened, and I think that FDR knew that the planes were coming. However, he knew that if war broke out, that the like capitalist economy of America would completely all like everybody would be fired up now. So now they'd be like working and rebuilding as fast as like humanly possible. And so he knew that America would come out of the war a superpower. And it makes like total sense. Like as you said, they did detect the airplanes. And it's stupid for them to just like be like,
Yeah, he just didn't know today because the technology wasn't reliable. But it's like, that's something right there. At least prepare. It's not going to cost you.
At least like tell like people like,
sorry.
okay, so there may or may not be a little thing coming.
So you know how every country has their like own communist party and everything? Like there's
Yeah.
Would you say that kind of like ideology is, I don't want to say a major political party, but it's a very popular one? Because the question is would the Nazi Party, with all their ideologies and everything, be a dominant party, or at least a popular one, if Hitler didn't commit so many atrocities under its name?
In Germany or in the world?
In the world, because
In the world?
it's, like Cuba's Communist Party is much more popular than like Finland's.
Yeah, I think fascism kind of like got entirely tarnished from the start because of Hitler, and also it's like genuinely just like a bad. It's a pretty bad ideology. But I think it would probably go under a similar, because the way the Nazi regime worked was that Hitler was God. He was like literally their God. Like the greeting was like something like the greeting was Heil Hitler. Like literally he was
Yeah, and they
God.
referred to him as Mein Führer.
Yeah, Mein Führer. And what does Führer actually mean?
A leader.
It just means leader. Okay.
Yeah.
Did they have to like change the
It has,
word
like,
for
3 different
leader
meanings.
after that? It's like they didn't call
it's like a general like it's I believe it has like 3 different meanings. It's like just like general like word. It's just like synonyms of leader and leader itself. It's
that's actually the use of the word leader is actually similar to communism, which I find a little bit interesting because, like, you know, the dictator in communist countries is often referred to as like a glorious leader.
Korea's glorious leader.
Yeah, Korea's glorious, China's glorious leader who got mad because
Glorious
Joe
Chairman
Biden
Mao
called-
Zedong.
Yeah, Mao Zedong, Mao Zedong, fade on sight, see me stuff.
Oh, they thought the blips were. They thought the blips on Pearl Harbor were friendly bombers coming from different islands.
Nice try, Fed.
They were wrong.
Yeah, they were way wrong. Like the head thing, like there's this little like container thing out there, and the guy was like,
That's
"Bro,
our buddies
it's
in
just
the
friendly
Pacific, you
bombers.
see that,
Don't
man?"
worry, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
What do
bro,
you mean
don't
there's?
worry.
What do you mean they're starting to dive bomb into our ships?
What do you mean they're
What
making
do you mean
noises
there's
that our
thousands
planes
of
don't create?
casualties?
What do you mean they're kamikaze? What do you mean they're attacking the
It's
ship?
Didn't they fly? I can't remember if it was deliberately low or deliberately high, so they wouldn't come up on radar. But they did a couple times, and they went away, and they did a couple
I
times.
think it was low. Yeah, because if you fly low, you
Yeah,
don't
no.
get picked up.
Yeah, I mean Trevor
That's
did
how, like,
that in
hurricanes get
GTA
in.
5, so. And that one
That
was
is
in
GTA 5
GTA
Yeah, it's got to be the
5.
most reputable source.
GTA is so realistic.
Flying over a military base, but like really low to the ground.
They won't see me. They won't see me.
And
They won't see
where
me.
like the soldiers like are able to see the plane, like it literally, like it's like that
Yeah.
one scene in Battlefield 1 where like the dude where like Blackburn pulls up and then like clips the German soldier's helmet. It's like that low to the point where it's like
They won't see me. They won't see me.
they don't-
Their AA guns
Right
can't
over the
but aim that low. So the answer is just kind of like kinda. The Nazi powered party were just
Yeah.
kinda popular.
I think it'd be viewed very similar to communism. Dude, I saw this meme where it said like where it was like when your retarded ideology fails, but it's okay because it wasn't true communism. But then your retarded ideology fails, but it's okay because it wasn't true communism, and it was like that, like copy and pasted 30 times. So it's just him saying over and over again, my retarded ideology failed, but it's okay because it wasn't true communism.
I have no idea what you just said, but next question. This is the
I-
last one, I believe. Okay, let's take Nazi Germany in 1940. I'd say that's around at the peak of its power. Let's teleport it in space and time to 2023. Would it be declared as a global superpower, or would it be a like? Could you see it as a genuine threat, or is it something you can squash in like a matter of months if it like became aggressive?
Do you think? So is this referring to like if Nazi Germany was still like was made in like 1930, whether it was like
Yeah,
like actually a thing. However, then it survived to 20 to the
no.
20.
Okay, so the time between 1940 and 2023 hasn't passed for Germany. You're literally just taking Germany from 1940 and putting it in 2023. Like beside
the tech. With
yeah,
the technology.
They're stuck
that
in
had-
1940 basically. Like it's a pause in time of like say May 1st, 1940, and now it's just back and it's in 2023. Like out of you can to know all the continuity errors and all that or whatever. Just take that like example, I guess.
And it still had like all the technology and everything.
Everything's stuck in basically 1940 for them.
So like literally the German soldiers would be the same ones that you would see in.
They have no technology that's passed from the day they're stuck in.
Yeah, that would be very easily crushed because like since World War II, like I've talked about this a bit before with you, Jack. as like time advances, technology advances, it keeps on advancing faster. So you mentioned something earlier, and it was that like one time I started talking to you, you said like you're entirely right, because I believe it was like it took longer for us to switch from copper swords to iron swords
And
than it
iron
did for
swords to
us to
nuclear
go,
bombs.
yes, from iron swords to nuclear bombs. So the sheer like amount of technological like technological
A good
muscle.
example for if you had a graph that was time and like technology, it would be like almost a J. Like I know J hooks at the bottom, and that kind of makes it weird, but the way is like it's curving, and it's just basically a straight line up. It will continuously get straighter because it's taking less time to advance and less time to advance.
Yeah,
So
with a really really long tail.
that was all the questions. So I mean, we can kind of hear if you want, or we can talk a little more about some like just random
Yeah,
related
let's
topics.
just talk about something else. What do y'all find
So
interesting?
let me see. How long have we been
I think
We're recording for 30 minutes, nearly on the dot.
What do you think? What would happen if Hitler didn't kill himself?
She would have been
like-
killed.
Then why
Okay,
did
but,
he get in Argentina?
Yeah.
So you're telling me they didn't get to Argentina? You're telling me that what do you mean he killed himself?
himself?
He clearly escaped. Killed
This is news to me.
Hitler?
Hitler, you got the right guy, right? Little
Yeah,
German
yeah.
Austrian, funny mustache.
Yeah, little goofball. He did
A little
goofy
goof.
things.
He didn't know
Dude,
what's going on. He was too high on opiates.
Alright, here. So this is a little rant that I want to go on. So people getting mad at Jojo Rabbit for portraying the Nazis as as like goofy is the most like is something that it annoys me a lot, because they don't realize that from a Nazi's perspective, looking at like any movie where the Nazis and what they were doing was taken seriously,
Inglorious bastards.
and like yeah.
I want to see it. It
Yep.
seems like a genuinely good movie.
Isn't that the one about like the LA like Nazi gang or something?
No.
Wait, what?
It's
What movie?
God, what's it? It's Brad Pitt. He's playing as he's with a group of people who are basically fighting back against the Nazis in Europe. Look up the synopsis, Mario. It's Inglorious Bastards. There's also that one movie. It's like oh yeah, you mentioned the JoJo's Rabbit thing.
Yeah.
The kid with the best friend of Hitler.
Yeah, he had an imaginary best friend, and it was Hitler. Yeah, so in that movie they portrayed the Nazi ideology as extremely goofy. And while I get being kind of mad about it, however, that's the best way to fight against modern Nazism, because if you just made a movie that was like straight faced the entire time, it was just like projecting the horrors of like the Holocaust and stuff. Nazis don't think that was bad. They believe that was good. So they view Hitler as like a badass if it took him seriously. However, it showed the Naziology.
You can't take them seriously because that's what they want.
Yeah, that's what they want. However, if you did what Jojo Rabbit did, where it was like it made fun of the Nazi ideology the entire time, like it was the entire time it was making like stupid like jokes about it. Like for example, it was showing like the kids at the like Hitler Youth group, like how they were taught what a Jew looks like, and it was like this goofy drawing, and it had like a devil tail and like fangs, and it was a goofy. It was like supposed to be a joke. Yeah. However, that's genuinely how some kids were taught that Jews looked. Like whenever Jojo Rabbit is first introduced to like the Jewish girl that like his mom was hiding in like their attic, he's surprised because he thinks that a Jew doesn't look like a normal human. He thinks that they look like the spawn of Satan.
Yeah. They actually depicted Hitler really inaccurately in that movie. And I'm pretty sure they did it intentionally. Like, Hitler was against smoking. He loved animals. He was a vegan. But they have him smoke. Like, the first thing I think he does to Jojo Rabbit is he offers him a cigarette. And they have him eat. I believe it's like a whole pig for dinner. And
So Hitler will treat the dog better than the Jew.
Yeah, he gave a lot. He made a lot of he sent a lot of rights bills for like animals while he was in Germany. He gave them a lot of rights.
He was a very
Maybe
mixed
Hitler?
person. He was
Oh, cut that
like,
out, cut that out.
Things
He
he
was-
liked, if you just looked at the things he liked and how he treated them, you'd see him as a good person. But that
Yeah, and
completely
he
gets
was a-
negated whenever you realize, he commissioned the killing of 11.5 million people.
Okay, but like, he likes dogs, so
Your point?
yeah.
he was a vegan. Watch vegan rights activists be like, Hitler was.
He does.
Jesus
Freaking,
loved Hitler.
Jesus loved Hitler. Wasn't that Kanye's point that Jesus loves everyone and he's Jesus, so he loves Hitler too?
Oh my god, bro! I
He sees
forgot
himself
about
as
that.
a like Jesus incarnate. Oh shit! I dropped
Yeah,
my cheese.
Kanye is like a really good artist, and a lot of his music is really, really good.
Mentally
However,
ill.
it's not, he is so like narcissistic at times. It is like genuinely just like
Well, I'm pretty sure the reason he sees himself as Jesus incarnate is because he wants to spread the word of Jesus, and since he's so popular, and I'm pretty sure he knows it's a wacky idea to think of yourself that way. It's getting him publicity, and therefore he's spreading
Yeah, he
Christianity.
might-
I'm pretty sure he's
he
doing
might just-
exactly what he wants right now.
I'm pretty sure he's
And
like
Kanye's just doing what he wants.
bro Jesus.
Except for
Yeezy
the-
taught me.
Supporting the guy that killed
Yeezy
teenage
taught me.
Jews.
Oh, that
How'd you
one-
become a Nazi? Yeezy taught me.
But
How
he watched
did you learn how
21
to
on Jump Street and he was like all fine now. There's no
I
way.
haven't even seen this part of Nazi Town. How'd you get here? Yeezy taught me.
How'd you learn how to hang a tube like that? Yeezy taught me. How'd you learn how to fill the gas chambers up like that? Yeezy taught me.
I
Bro.
think now's a pretty good stopping point. We're at like 35, 40-ish minutes.
Yeah.
That's about the
Yeah,
that's
sure.
like a little bit less than last time, but that's what I'm
Is
aiming for.
Japan really that bad?
Yes. Dude.
No.
Oh.
Unit, what was it? 731.
They invented anime. It's good.
Because of us, we nuked them, and they got depressed, and then they needed to draw little cartoons. so they turned into
Radiation
anime.
changed them.
I turned them all into femboys.
Radiation changed them.
Japan and South Korea and stuff like that are so miserable, and I hate that the media and everything in like modern society just
Portrays
romanticizes them so
Japan?
much.
There's, like,
Japan's
they're good.
Japan's like sexual crimes are so bad. Every single technological like item that
Mode
can
in
have a
Japan,
camera
dressing up
needs
as
to
a
make a
woman.
shutter noise, even if it doesn't have a shutter. So people taking like illegal photos are like very obvious. And Japan has the
God.
highest suicide rate in the world, which is skewed because any murder they can't solve gets marked as a suicide. But regardless,
I mean,
it's known
there
for
isn't
suicide
suicide-
culture.
There isn't a suicide forest in America.
There
Yeah, that's
isn't.
that.
Didn't like Logan Paul film there and like posted on YouTube?
Yeah, he filmed a dead
found a
body.
dead
He was
body.
like, guys, I think there's something over there.
He
Bro,
started
that
making
video
jokes
is-
like
That's a
10 minutes
dead
later.
body. I
Why
think there's a
would
body
he go
in
in
that
there?
tree. Why don't you post it?
Post that on December 31st, dude. What a way to start the new year.
Wait a second.
Guys, I think there's a body hanging in that tree.
He like sounds so disgusted when we send it to you. His like eyes are wide.
He killed himself. Could it be me?
God, I think I'm gonna go try to save him. It's like a rotting corpse.
Yeah,
I'm
are
gonna
those,
go
are those
check
green
it
pants?
out.
Oh, he's not wearing pants. Yeah, I don't think we're saving him.
I don't think
Bros are
there's
like pecking out his eyes.
Freaking like corn snake crawls out his sleeve.
Yui, no, I don't want to get bit by a snake. Guys, I think there's a dead body in the tree. The way he says it is so funny.
His stupid hat though.
I think there's a dead body over there.
His stupid hat.
I really hate to say this.
Oh my
I think there's someone
god.
hanging right there.
There's a guy hanging right there again.
I'm trying to find the video with no music. What is it?
Copyright reference.
Hey, I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there.
There's hanging someone hanging.
Alt edit.
His little Mike Wazowski hat too.
No, it's not Michael Gusty. It's the alien
I really hate to
impersonator.
say this.
Oh yeah. Now
Um,
I
I
remember.
really hate to say this.
Guys, I think there's someone hanging in that tree.
The way he
There's someone
says
hanging right there. Alright. We're gonna go kill a certain prince, start World War III, and go film a dead body in Japan.
Guys, I think there's a dead body in that tree.
you're gonna get face reveals of the anti-gang. It's gonna be like 30
They're all gonna
like
be mugshots too.
I mean, yeah,
yeah, you're all gonna be mugshot.
Address numbers,
Go,
credit card numbers,
dude, we
phone
should
numbers.
we should make like one of those goofy edits where it's like where those like cringy videos where it's like the whole gang wherever a cute girl walks by and it's like Evan the bad boy and it's like
Yeah.
it's like a neck beard who's like 500. We should like take pictures of ourselves and like do one of those edits and post it.
Evan, bad boy. Jack
anime boy.
Dice, bad
Rizzler.
boy. Connell would make himself the guy. And I got the soda.
Connell, the school bully.
The school bully. Doni Molina. The
Cringe
black-
king.
Cringe king.
Adoni, the quiet kid.
Quiet kid.
No, bro, he ain't the quiet kid, bro. I am. I swear. Why is there a channel just called Channel? Why is there a channel just called Channel?
And
That's too many questions, boy.
Where?
Mario, do the
got
outro.
me in it. Alright guys, we're gonna go to Japan, film a dead body, post it on YouTube on New Year's, and then say ciao.
Guys, there's a dead body over there.